So, there are two new partnerships for Dogecoin that could prove to be major catalysts for it. Let's talk about it. Hello guys and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency and investing. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $100 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite cryptocurrency. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. So, the first partnership that we'll talk about is with a startup called Doge. So basically, it's a blockchain firm that announced that it is working on establishing a bridge between Dogecoin and Ethereum. I know it's been spoken about for a long time, but Doge is now working really hard to guarantee that the bridge between Dogecoin and Ethereum actually happens. And this will have a significant impact on the price of Doge. If this happens, the holders will have access to DeFi solutions and stacking programs that are enabled by Ethereum. And we know that Ethereum has a plethora of features that will assist Dogecoin in becoming a more stable coin, while also having a great impact on Dogecoin's price. Now, let's talk about the other partnership that was announced today with a company called Bitmain. So, Bitmain officially introduced a mining tool for Litecoin and Dogecoin that'll help miners mine Dogecoin at an incredibly high speed. Their new flagship miner is around 20 times stronger than the latest China-based blockchain generators. Colin Wu from Wu Blockchain explained how this is a big deal. He basically said that the L7 hash rate is 19 times quicker than the previous one, which was equipped with L3 plus graphics card. We know that miners are now getting top dollar for mining. Now with this update, they'll be able to mine Dogecoin more quickly, which means that it's yet another step towards making Doge more advanced. Personally, I think these two will prove to be huge catalysts for Dogecoin this year. With that said, let's talk about some Doge and crypto news that you might have missed today. Take a look at this. Canada's Hive blockchain technologies is approved for Nasdaq listing. If you don't know, Hive is a company that owns green energy-powered data centers all over Canada, Sweden, and Iceland. These data centers produce cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum continuously on the cloud. Now, the key thing to note here is green energy powered. Now that it's going to be listed on Nasdaq, it's going to get even more resources to expand its operations. And this would mean even more green energy for miners to use. And with that, we'll be a step closer for Musk to accept Doge and Bitcoin. So I think this is really incredible. Now, let's talk about Africa for a minute. A lot of people don't know, but cryptocurrencies are absolutely booming in Africa. In May 2021, Sub-Saharan Africa even recorded a trading volume of $17 million, which is 50% better than it was in May 2020. To put that in perspective, the African continent is only behind North America in terms of volume of Bitcoin trading. This means that FOMO is taking its effect in Africa. We know that right now only 1% of the world's population invests in crypto. But I think with this growing interest from Africa, it's going to have a huge impact on trading volumes. Now, let's talk about Switzerland. After 6 months of testing, a Swiss bank is finally ready to provide its clients Bitcoin trading and custody services. The bank is called BBVA Switzerland. Talking about it, its CEO said that this gradual rollout has allowed BBVA Switzerland to test the service's operations, strengthen security, and above all, detect that there is a significant desire among investors for crypto assets or digital assets as a way of diversifying their portfolios, despite their volatility and high risk. Now, let's talk about one of the major players in the crypto world, Mr. Rick Edelman. So, Rick Edelman is the founder of one of the most popular financial advice firms. He recently defined Bitcoin and crypto assets as a completely new and different asset class. He indirectly also said that they are much superior than conventional items like equities, bonds, and real estate. According to him, there hasn't been an inventive asset class like cryptocurrency since the gold market. He also said that crypto and blockchain technology are the most impactful commercial innovation since the development of the internet itself. Now, this is great news for Dogecoin and crypto because he runs a really popular financial advice firm, and a lot of people listen to him. Now, another incredible piece of news is that venture capital funds have already invested $17 billion in crypto-related startups this year. That is by far the most ever raised in a single year, and it is nearly equal to the total amount raised in the last 5 years combined. Since these companies are receiving so much funding every day, it's a great sign for Dogecoin and crypto because the financiers and big institutions are basically telling you where the market is headed. Now, let's talk about some of these companies that received a lot of capital from venture capitalists this year. The first one is Block.one. Essentially, it is a blockchain software business backed by billionaires like Peter Thiel, Alan Howard, and Louis Bacon. These supporters have already invested $10 billion in digital assets and cash into bullish global, Block.one's new crypto exchange. And another company is Ledger SAS, which creates hardware wallets for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It had the second largest haul, raising $380 million earlier this year. About this, its chief experience officer said that, "I'm of the opinion that everyone will own crypto, it's just a matter of what price they get in." And another company is BitDAO, which is one of the world's newest and largest decentralized autonomous organizations. It has recently completed a private sale of $230 million from initial partners such as Peter Thiel, Founders Fund, and Pantera Capital. It says here that BitDAO will use these funds to employ developers to assist blockchain teams and pump liquidity into decentralized finance projects. So, I think you get the idea. There are a lot more firms getting funding every day, but I'll talk about it in another video. The point is that all this is really bullish for crypto. Now, let's talk about Ukraine for a minute. Its legislators have updated a draft bill intended to govern the country's growing crypto sector. They issued the most recent version of the paper this week, recommending its acceptance. Ukraine has emerged as a generally crypto-friendly country in recent years. Chainalysis rated the country number 1 out of over 150 nations in last year's edition of the Global Crypto Adoption Index. Now, it's important to understand that crypto regulation might not be that bad. Let's take a look at this. This article discusses how regulating cryptocurrencies may be beneficial to the cryptocurrency industry. It says that the mission of regulators is to safeguard markets, not to ensure they never change. Policymakers must recognize that decentralization is a new and distinct paradigm that requires its own regulatory framework. So far, the industry's objection has been to being pushed into a regulatory framework that does not suit, rather than against the notion of being regulated. Despite this, regulators and innovators can reach a middle ground if both parties retain an open mind. After all, the legitimacy that would come from regulatory acceptance of the technology may very well be the final hurdle on the path to mass adoption. Honestly, I have to agree with them. I think the only hurdle on the path to mass adoption is actually regulatory acceptance. So, I think it's time that we stop being so scared about it. Now, let's talk about price predictions. So, a major analyst from Plan B said that Bitcoin could trade at $450,000 by the end of 2021. He also said that $135,000 would be the worst-case scenario. I think this is incredible news because these major analysts usually know where the market is headed. So, this is why I'm quite excited about everything that's going to happen with Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye, take care.